Politics in Australia can be a thankless profession with frequent criticisms and infrequent praise from the media and general public. Other countries treat their politicians with a great deal of respect and esteem. Do you think there is a problem with how Australia treats its politicians, and could this be contributing to politician burnout?
Well, yes, we did see the WA Premier today say he'd run out of steam. The Tasmanian Premier's done the same thing. Kevin, are we not treating you guys right?
Look, I certainly understand that people get burnt out doing this business. It's busy. We're very busy people, and there's a lot of pressure, and there's public criticism that goes with the job as well. But look, having said that, and I'm sure Tim would probably feel the same, I have a lot of gratitude for the job I've been given. My community have put their trust and faith in me, and I don't take that for granted. So I spent every day in this job with a lot of gratitude about the opportunity I've been given. But having said that, I certainly understand people like Mark McGowan, who's certainly been, as well as being Premier, a lot of public criticism, and it's a very busy job.
Tim, is this a bit of the COVID burnout factor going on here? I think we've only got one Premier left from the sort of COVID era, and that's the Victorian Premier.
Well, I think objectively you'd have to say that Mark McGowan's been going pretty well in Western Australia. You know, he's delivered great outcomes for the states. He's, politically on top. So to see him walking away, yeah, it was a bit of a surprise for me. When I talk to school kids about what it's like being a politician, I often say to them that being a politician's not fun. It's not a fun job, but it gives me meaning, it gives me purpose. It helps me get out of bed in the morning because I feel like I'm making the world a better place, trying to shape the nation for my kids. So I think Kevin and I can start the panel by agreeing tonight and saying
well,
that...
we've got off to a good start.
One out of one. We'll see how we go.
It's a great privilege to have an opportunity to try and affect change in our society.
Yeah, and just a clarification, the Queensland Premier, Anastasia Palaszczuk, also remains of the COVID era, so...
Dan Andrews is still doing pretty well in Victoria too.
Well, as a Victorian, he didn't hold back saying that, did he?
But let me just... Can I just say that... it's wonderful to see politicians resigning, because this stuff never happens in my part of the world, for moral reasons or otherwise. And that's why it was so extraordinary that last year we had a president, the finance minister and the prime minister resigning, but we had to get the entire nation on the streets screaming and storming down the palaces to do that. And with our politicians, we do treat them like rock stars. Every Sunday newspaper, you have double spreads to them, usually talking about whose fault it was, not theirs, someone else is pointing fingers. And to see a politician resigning for overwork, Sri Lankan politicians have been accused of many things, but working too hard has never been one of them. So it's wonderful to see that, a democracy at work. Yeah.
But do you really think, though, political burnout, I mean, is that genuinely a thing that you think we're seeing more of because it's been accelerated by the crises we've seen?
Well, I can only talk to my Sri Lankan experience, and we can't seem to get rid of them. We would like a few of them to burn out, fade away, whatever, but we seem to be stuck with them for life. So, I don't know.